Hi, I'm Emily. I've been helping people move better, feel better, and gain confidence moving in every stage of their life for the last 15 years, and I look forward to helping you feel more confident too. Hi there, I'm Emily. Welcome to our channel. I'm excited to move with you today. We're going to focus on some key concepts to help you feel more steady in your body and help improve your balance and prevent falls. We're going to start with our feet about hip width apart, and we're going to focus first on the concept of making sure that our alignment is properly aligned, as well as engaging the muscles on the sides of our legs. We're going to take 2 fingers on each side of our knees, and I just want you to press out into those fingers so that you are having some resistance and feeling that opposition. You'll notice that when you press out, your toes point directly forward. We want to make sure that we're not knocking our knees in, that we're engaging those muscles on the outside, which are going to help improve our balance. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to place the hands on the front of the rib cage and ensure that we are breathing properly to support our core, which will then support and steady our bodies. When we inhale, nice and gentle inhale, and exhale. I want you to bring some awareness of where the breath is going in your body. We're making sure that our shoulders are not shrugging up to our ears, and we're making sure that we're not poofing out our belly and only filling our bellies. You want to think about filling your entire lungs. So your lungs expand and your rib cage expands around to open and accommodate those nice full lungs. Inhale and exhale. Good. Placing one hand on the front of the rib cage and one hand on your back, you're going to feel that you breathe into the front of the rib cage, but the expansion also happens into the hand that's placed on your back. Inhale and exhale. Good. And another concept that we are going to work on is properly bracing the core without causing any dysfunction in our pelvic floor and without unsteadying our bodies and unbalancing us. When you brace your core, you're going to inhale. When you exhale, and you're doing that nice full lung expanded breathing where you're 360 degrees expansion all the way around, you're going to notice that on the exhale, the muscles on the sides of your abdominal cavity move in toward your midline, and the pelvic floor muscles lift up gently toward the muscles underneath your rib cage, the respiratory diaphragm. So we're going to practice that breath one more time. And exhale. Good. And then we're going to think about when we brace the core, what does that mean? Bracing our core, you're going to think about mimicking a cough. But the cough means that your belly scoops in when you make that motion. So you're going to think about tensing all of the muscles on the sides of your abdominal cavity, the muscles in the center, as well as getting a nice gentle lift in the pelvic floor and utilizing that connection that happens between the pelvic floor and the muscles in the respiratory diaphragm. So when we do this, you should still be able to talk and do all of the different things that you are thinking about doing where you are bracing that core. We brace the core when we do things like lifting, coughing, walking, running, laughing, sneezing, all of those different things. You want to think about bracing that core. And what that's going to look like is an inhale, exhale. If you watch my stomach, when we brace the core, the muscles move in. We're tensing those muscles, and we are also not allowing any length to lessen between the rib cage and the hips. So we're still maintaining a nice upright posture even while we're bracing that core. A lot of people, when they brace that core, they start to crunch over, bringing their rib cage toward their hip bones. And what that does is it decreases the alignment, and it also undoes the connection between your pelvic floor muscles and the respiratory diaphragm. So we're inhaling, exhaling, bracing that core, maintaining that length. Good. We're going to put this stool off to the side. You're going to have your feet standing about hip width apart, and I want you to just feel what that feels like when you're in the standing position. Place your hands on the sides of your legs because we're still thinking about pressing those legs outward. and you want to think almost about wrapping your knees around your legs. So what that does is it allows you to grab hold of the floor with the entire sole of your foot. And as we inhale and exhale, brace that core, and now you feel how much more steady you feel. So that when you bend your legs, the core is braced, you feel you're not wobbling side to side. We're gonna practice this by inhaling, exhaling, lifting up and tapping one foot forward, right foot forward, to the side and back. Good. Forward, to the side and back. Notice the placement of your foot when you're bracing that core and wrapping your knee around that leg as well as pressing into the outsides of your leg. You're gonna notice that when you lift your toe, it's almost like a suction cup. It grabs the floor. And then place that toe back down, tap forward, to the side, and back. And you should feel nice and steady in this motion. Forward, to the side, and back to center. Remember, if you feel unsteady, place your hand on a wall and do this near a wall, or you can use a chair next to you. All of these things are nice assists to make sure that you feel nice and steady in your body. Lifting that toe up, feel that suction cup of the foot on the floor. Now lifting the left toe forward, to the side, and back. Good. Forward, to the side, and back. Excellent. And finally, we're gonna place the stools or whatever you have around you off to the side. I want you to line yourself up with a mat. What we're gonna think about is two concepts when we are thinking about taking steps forward. Number one is as you age, you might notice that you shuffle your feet forward and you don't pick up your entire foot. So we're gonna practice first picking up the foot and placing it down. Picking up the foot and placing it down. Picking up the right foot, placing it down. We're still bracing that core. Turning around, doing the same the other way. Picking up the foot, placing it down. Picking up that foot, placing it down. Last one, picking up the foot, placing it down. And there we go. Now let's think about when we actually do walk normally, what happens to our feet and our gait, which is the balance that you feel in the body. So you're gonna place your foot forward and you notice that the left leg, when the right foot is forward, the ball of your foot is pushing through to help assist you forward. Same thing, you notice they roll through to the ball of the foot, roll through to the ball of the foot. Good. Turning around, doing the same thing. Step forward, roll through to the ball of the foot to help anchor you. Rolling through to the ball of the foot, rolling through to the ball of the foot. And finally, we're gonna talk about a really important movement of hinging at the hips to make sure that we do not destabilize our back muscles. So when you are to the side, you have two options. You can bend by bringing your pelvis forward, and you'll notice that it is very hard on your back. Whereas if you send the bones that run through your butt muscles back toward the wall, and then you hinge forward, and you brace your core, you notice that your whole spine and core are stabilized in this position, and it is much more secure to lift without throwing your back out and without decreasing the stabilization in your body. So reach forward and up. Excellent. Now, feet are about hip width apart. Lift those toes, grab that floor, and bend those knees. Good. And straighten. And as we bend, we're going straight down. So you're sending those sit bones down to the ground. We're creating a little bit of flexibility and strength in the ankles. We're bending and we're coming back up. Good. And then if we do this with hinging at the hips, we bend and send the sit bones back and come back up. Good. Back and come back up. And then straight down, come back up. Good. Bending straight down, come back up. Excellent. Widen your stance ever so slightly. I want you to bend the legs, lift the toes, and down. Lifting the toes and down. Good. Lifting the toes and down, and walk yourself back to the center. Good. This was a really nice introduction to some key concepts that you can utilize to get yourself steady and feeling nice and secure in your body in walking, lifting, all of your daily activities to prevent those falls. Remember, consistency is key, so if you want more like this, please check out our website and we will have an entire balance program for you. We look forward to seeing you soon.